Path to recovery could be a long one for Brazil. Philippians sat down with Paulo Sotero. He's the director of the Brazil Institute at the Wilson Center, and he discussed President Rousseff's plan to get the economy back on track.
Well, President Dilma already announced her new finance minister, which is charged with restoring fiscal balance to government accounts in Brazil. They were out of whack. The economy is not growing. Inflation was going up. There is a lack of credibility in markets vis-a-vis Brazil. Brazil facing potentially a downgrading of its credit rating, which would be very bad for the country. On top of this, obviously, there is a mushrooming corruption scandal involving the largest company and the largest state company in Brazil, Petrobras. So the president looked at all this and saw that it would be wise now to change course and to continue to pursue the objectives of economic growth with the pursuit of social equality, but by reestablishing the fundamentals of the Brazilian economy, low inflation, public accounts in order, and it will take a couple of years to achieve that.
You talk about this change, and let me emphasize there's a lot of talk of change, and I'm sure there are skeptics out there who would argue that more concrete steps need to be done. In terms of your optimism for 2015, even though there's a new finance minister, there's going to be new heads of different economic departments, how much change will we likely see from an investor standpoint, concrete changes?
I think you're going to see at the helm in the finance minister someone that understands the challenge. The main number one challenge is, as I mentioned, to produce a fiscal surplus in economic accounts, in government accounts, 1.2% in 2015, 2% in 2016 and 17. Those will be 3 years of slow growth. What has to happen in Brazil is that the markets have to see that Brazil is again predictable, is a good place for people to invest. Even Brazilians have many doubts about that until recently. I think the president is going in the right direction, but the difficulty in her challenge, and everybody's challenge, is to put together this political equation in Congress to make all those measures stick, be implemented with consistency. It will be very hard work, but we have been there before. I think we can do it.
One common theme as we watch Latin America, the GDP forecasts have come down significantly from just a year ago. And one thing that I notice is a lot of administrations are announcing reforms, whether to the energy sector, to the public education sector, in different parts of Latin America. Is Brazil going to lead the change on this?
Brazil has to. Brazil is a country that has demonstrated in the past it can turn a negative situation to its advantage. Learn the lessons, do the hard work. I believe that Brazil will come out of all of this experience, including the investigations on corruption, a much better country, a country much more together and on a growth path. But it will take a lot of hard work, a lot of determination, leadership. Do we have it in the nation? I think we do, but this is not something whose results we are going to see in 15. Probably we'll be back to growth in end of 16, 17, if we do the work that we all know in Brazil has to be done.